1 out of 3 people quietly struggle with this, and most of them think it's normal. They think it's just age. It happens to everyone. It's nothing serious. But here's the truth most people never hear. It's not supposed to feel like that. And even more important, what most people do to fix it often makes it worse over time. Not instantly, not obviously, but slowly, quietly, until one day, your body stops responding the way it used to. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your body is slower than before? Heavier? Less predictable? Like something just isn't working the same way anymore? And you try to fix it. You go for the easiest option. Something quick. Something simple. Something that promises relief. And for a moment, it feels like it works. But then you need it again. And again. And again. That's not a solution. That's a cycle. And most people don't even realize they're in it. Today, I'm going to show you something different. Not a quick fix. Not a trick. But a way to help your body start working again on its own. And if you stay until the end, I'll show you a simple routine that many people overlook. But once they try it consistently, they never go back. Here's where most people go wrong. The moment something feels off, they reach for something that forces the body to react. Something that pushes, stimulates, triggers. And yes, it creates movement. But at what cost? Because your body is not passive. It adapts every single time. And when you keep sending the same strong signal, your body starts to ignore it. Not because it's broken, but because it adjusted. So what happens next? You increase the dose, or frequency, or both. And slowly, without noticing, your body stops doing the work on its own. This is the part no one explains, because the first result looks like success. But the long-term effect feels very different. Less natural movement, more dependence, more frustration, and eventually, you start thinking, what's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. Your body simply adapted to the way it was being treated. So instead of forcing it, we change the approach. What if, instead of pushing your body, you supported it? What if you gave it exactly what it needs to restore its own rhythm? Because your body already knows what to do. It just needs the right conditions. There are 4 things that make the biggest difference. And most people are missing at least 2 of them, sometimes 3. First, gentle movement from within, not forced, natural. Second, a protective layer, something that reduces friction and makes everything smoother. Third, support for your internal balance, because what lives inside your body plays a much bigger role than most people think. And fourth, energy, because your body needs fuel to function properly. Now here's the interesting part. There is something very simple, very affordable, that supports all 4 at the same time. And most people either ignore it or use it the wrong way. Let's talk about it. Seeds. But not the way most people use them. Because this is where a small detail changes everything. Most people eat them dry, quick, convenient. But that's not how they work best. When prepared correctly, they transform completely. They absorb water. They soften. And they release something very powerful, a natural gel. This gel is what makes the difference. It gently coats your internal lining. It reduces resistance. It creates a smooth path. At the same time, another type of fiber inside the seeds gently stimulates movement. Not aggressively, not forcefully, but naturally. Together, they create balance. And that's what your body responds to best. Now here's how to use it properly. And this part matters. Take 2 tablespoons. Add water. Let it sit overnight. At least 8 hours. By morning, everything changes. The texture, the structure, the effect. And here's a mistake most people make. They throw away the liquid. Don't. That liquid is where the real value is. Now we build something even more powerful. Add berries. Small amount. They support your system in a very gentle way. Add a few pieces of prunes. Not too many. Just enough to help retain moisture. Add a banana. For energy. For balance. A bit of greens if you like. And a small amount of spices. Nothing extreme. Just supportive. Blend everything. And here's the key detail. Make it warm. Cold slows things down. Warm supports movement. Then add a small amount of oil. This helps everything move more smoothly. Now, this is where most people expect instant results. But that's not how this works. And what I'm about to explain is the part that changes everything. Now here's the part most people completely overlook. And without it, everything we just talked about works only halfway. Water. It sounds too simple, almost disappointing. But stay with me, because this is where everything starts to make sense. When food moves through your system, your body naturally absorbs water from it. That's normal. That's how balance is maintained. But when you don't drink enough, your body starts holding on to every drop. It pulls more and more water out of what's moving through you. And what's left becomes dry, heavy, difficult to move. That's the moment things slow down. Not because something is wrong, but because your body is trying to survive with less. So before any routine, before any recipe, before anything else, we fix this first. Morning hydration. Right after you wake up. Before coffee. Before food. Before anything. A glass of warm water. Slowly. Not rushed. And here's what most people don't realize. This simple act activates a natural response in your body. When your stomach receives warm liquid, it sends a signal further down. A signal that says, start moving, and your body listens. This is why some people feel the urge shortly after drinking something warm in the morning. It's not random. It's built into your system. And once you use it consistently, your body begins to expect it, to respond to it, to work with it. Now, if you want to support this even more, there's something else you can add. Minerals. Not all water is the same. Some types contain higher levels of natural minerals, and these minerals can support your body in a different way. They help bring water back into the system, where it's needed. And one mineral stands out the most. Magnesium. Magnesium does something interesting. It doesn't force movement. It relaxes the system. And that's important, because sometimes things are not slow. They're tight, out of rhythm, out of sync. And when that happens, pushing harder doesn't help. It makes it worse. But when the system relaxes, movement returns naturally. At the same time, magnesium helps retain moisture, which makes everything softer, easier, more comfortable. But here's the key. Balance. You don't need a lot. You don't need extremes. A small amount, used correctly, is enough. And one more important detail, temperature matters again. Very cold drinks, and heavily carbonated ones, can create discomfort, especially when your system is already sensitive. So keep it simple. Comfortable temperature. No rush. Now let's talk about what happens next. Because this is where many people stop too early. They try something once, maybe twice, and expect a dramatic change. But what we're doing here is not forcing a reaction. We're restoring a process. And that takes a little time, usually within the first couple of days. You start noticing small changes. Less heaviness, less pressure, a lighter feeling overall. Then gradually, your body starts finding its rhythm again. More regular, more predictable, more natural. And sometimes, when things start moving again, the result can feel stronger than expected. That's not a problem. That's your body catching up, releasing what it's been holding on to. And that's exactly what we want. There's one more thing we need to talk about, and this is important. Age. Because your body changes. Slowly, quietly, and what worked quickly before may not feel the same now. Movement slows down. Sensitivity changes. Your system becomes more selective. And that's not a weakness. It's just a different phase. But it also means one thing. You need a more thoughtful approach. Not stronger, not more aggressive, smarter, more consistent. And once you understand that, everything becomes easier because you stop fighting your body and start working with it. So let's bring this together. What can you do today that actually makes a difference? First, take a moment to look at what you've been relying on. If it forces your body, it's time to rethink it. Second, prepare your base properly. Give it time. Let it become what your body actually needs. Third, create a simple morning routine. Nothing complicated, just consistent. Fourth, start your day with water. Every single day. Fifth, if you choose to add minerals, do it with balance. And most importantly, stay consistent. Because consistency is what brings results, not intensity. Now let me say something important. Your body is not failing you. It's responding to what you give it every single day. And when you change that input, even slightly, everything begins to change. More comfort, more ease, more confidence. And that's what matters. If this helped you see things differently, consider subscribing. Because here, we focus on simple things that actually make a difference. And I'd like to hear from you. How old are you? It helps me understand who I'm creating this for and how to make the next video even more useful for you. Take care of yourself. And remember, your body always responds. The question is, what are you giving it to respond to?